Welcome to iHeartGeek.
And welcome to another fantastic episode. I shouldn't say that as a question, but yeah, welcome to another great episode of iHeartGeek. Yay! You know, I sit here and I wait after I say it because I'm hoping that everyone will cheer because it makes me feel like, hey, I'm popular. Yeah. Well, speaking of popular, we do have a sponsor as always.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes, our sponsor today, we are brought to you by Green Slime. The makers of Green Slime would like to remind you they swear it's not snot.
Oh,
Snot.
The cash is just rolling in on these sponsors.
I get naked and I roll in like nickels every night. It's fantastic.
Nice.
That was a visual nobody needed.
God, I'm going to have nightmares now.
Okay, well, speaking of people I gave nightmares to, here's my fantastic and fun panel. We have, to my left, and being very surly and punching walls and being wrong on everything, we have PB&Jason. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. I'm still croaky. I'm hoping this is the last croaky show.
I hope so, too.
Beating the bronchitis here.
I do have a question for you that I'm going to ask everybody, but you're going to be the first one to get asked
good.
this.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hit me.
What is your favorite kind of socks?
Really, really short ones.
Really short socks. Outstanding. And then on the other side of the table, we have Kosh.
How's everybody going today? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't do that.
That is just not right.
That's Wolfman Jack. I'm just doing an homage so that you don't feel so bad about having a croaky voice.
That's sweet. I'll
PB&J sounds like Batman. You sound like Hervé Villachez.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Okay, so how are you doing today? What are your favorite kind of socks?
Fantastic. My favorite kind of socks are just regular black socks.
Regular black socks?
They work with everything.
Outstanding. And also joining us on the panel today, once again, the voice of the show, we have one of my best friends. We have Todd Harvey. How you doing, bud?
Splendid, Wendell. Good to be here. Good to see all three of you again. This is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
We are very
Glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you.
So what about those socks? What's your favorite kind of socks?
Black athletic socks.
Nice.
I can wear them to work, and I can wear them comfortably in the civilian world as well.
Nice. I like really, really, really thick, like fluffy white socks. Those are the best. I mean, I don't wear them with shoes because they don't fit. You know,
Okay.
yeah, a little bit. You know what socks I hate? Is those toes.
The ones with the toes.
The toe
right?
socks.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the
It's just
worst.
it's a weird feeling.
It's violating,
There's
isn't
something
it?
wrong, even more wrong than all you guys about Die Hard.
It's like honestly,
Oh.
honestly, toe jam between your toes feels so weird. Why would you do that to all your toes?
Contribute to the debris.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like the thong of the sock world.
yeah. Just
It's just not right.
I got to ask Todd a quick question, only because we haven't asked him this before.
Bring it.
Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Of course it is.
Thank you.
Gosh.
Don't be silly.
And here I was happy that he was here.
And now you're not. Well, this is the excuse for Jason to shut up, I guess. I don't know. Yay. So we have...
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
yeah, I know. This is our Nickelodeon-centric show this week, I guess. Nickelodeon. Yeah, this was a staple of my growing up. It was, I think... For its time, it was fantastic, and then it turned to crap.
I think everybody it's a staple for everybody because I
Just
remember
about.
watching it as
Well, Todd's like 9,000, so you know he
I'm over 50. Nickelodeon came along when I had a kid.
So you were watching it. You were watching it in college, all right?
Well, I have an interesting place to start. Does anybody remember when it was Pinwheel?
yes,
of course.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Okay,
was
that was quick.
yeah. There's other stuff that I want to talk about with that, but I don't want to really because hey, guess what we're doing? We're doing lists today. So, big surprise to everybody. But I got some things that I want to say as far as that, and I don't want to really give away kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit on some of that stuff. So, but actually, we got to do yet another new segment today.
Ooh.
Yes. And we're prepared for this, and no one knows the answers, pretty much. So, we are doing our first generic game show.
Here's a generic game show for you.
Okay, how'd you guys...
In a place where I've heard that guy before.
Hold on. All that lead up, all the excitement for something called the generic game show.
The generic game show. Well, you're the one that said it. Yeah, I don't know if you remember sitting here one day
Dub, I remember.
recording all this lines and lines and lines of stuff that we'll probably won't
well
use.
played.
There you go. Okay, so this is the rules for this week's generic game show. I'm going to ask all these guys 3 questions ranging from easy to hard about a Nickelodeon show that they previously said that I can ask them questions about. So the first one's going to be the easy question. Second one, and that's 1 point. Second one's going to be the medium question. That's 2 points. And third will be the hard question, and that is 3 points. I don't expect anyone to get the hard one, to be honest with you.
Do we ring in with our name?
Nope. I'm going to actually, you're the only one that will be asked
No
this.
buzzers?
No buzzers. So I'm going to start with the easy one. We're going to do a round around and go on. Yeah. So let me do my little notes here.
In episode 3 of Double Dare.
Oh, that's jacked up. What was the color of the girls?
Blue.
Wrong. Okay, so our first question is going to go towards Todd here. Now, Todd, he's being an absolute stud because he is stepping in here and answering the questions we originally had for Spike, but Spike is sick this week. So this is our number one. This is our first easy question. He is doing Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Okay.
Okay, and it'll be simple as this. Question 1. What is the relationship between Tommy and Angelica?
Their dads are brothers, aren't they?
Dads are brothers. There you go. They are cousins. You get 1 point.
And honestly, if they would have made this stupid show into a movies, it would have been on the last show as in my worst movie franchise.
Yeah, honestly, this was kind of last minute that Todd just was a hero and showed up. Otherwise, I would have had him some SpongeBob questions, but...
See, now you're talking something.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Kaj.
Yes.
Double Dare. Yay. Okay.
Hey.
Number 1 question.
All right, shoot.
What were the 3 steps to each question?
There was the question, then you could answer the question, or you could dare. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, sort of, but yeah, let's... Can we explain this a little better? There was 3 things that they had that it was.
It was the question, you can dare, or it was a physical challenge, right?
Nope, you got 2. You got 1 wrong. Okay, they actually... What I was looking
no buzzers,
for...
but...
Dare, double dare, and then...
Dare, then they passed it to double dare, and then it went back to physical challenge.
Okay. So
close.
I kind of had it. Can I get a half?
No.
Half point?
No. Okay.
I actually knew that one.
Outstanding.
Now, of course, we'll see what happens now.
Okay, first question for you, PB. Mm-hmm. And you are discussing The Last Airbender.
Ooh, Avatar.
Okay, this should be pretty easy.
Okay.
What was the name of Aang's flying bison?
Buzz, 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 buzz.
Go ahead.
Oh, we don't need buzzers.
Actually, that's incorrect. His name was not...
Okay, that would be Appa.
Very good.
Yes.
1 point for PB&J. Oh, by the way, the winner of this game is the one that gets to say the tagline at the end all by themselves.
Well, I'm already out.
Ooh, not necessarily. You can
There's
still win.
a lot
That
of
is
people
true.
out there
That is
hoping
true.
I don't win. Right.
Oh my gosh, because he's going to say something bad about Christmas. You know? Okay.
Horrible.
This is epic.
That was awesome.
Thank you, Batman.
That's the best impression of PB I've ever heard. Oh, my God.
I can't even be mad at that. That was amazing.
Okay, Todd, what is the name of the grandfather on the show?
That would be Grandpa Lou.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's 2 points. You are up 3.
God, I'm good.
Kaj,
Jeez.
there was 3 shows that were Double Dare. What were they?
Double Dare,
Yep.
Sloppy Double Dare, Super Sloppy Double Dare, and Double Dare 2000.
You got 2 out of the 3.
Again?
It was
Super
Double Dare.
sloppy?
Nope. It was Family Double Dare.
Point of order.
I did look these up. And Double Dare 2000.
Point of parliamentary order.
There was I know there was a super sloppy double dare. I know. I know for a fact.
Okay,
He is gritting his teeth.
While he challenges this, he might just earn his 2 points.
He might do a physical challenge.
Okay, and Jason. This is for 2 points. What famous actor played Fire Nation leader Fire Lord Ozai? You know this, don't you? Yeah,
Fire Lord Ozai?
Uh-huh.
You're joking with this question, right?
Oh.
Mark Hamill.
Mark
Yes.
Hamill. So we have a tie. Okay, because of some severe politicking that's going on here,
Oh, I was going to say pucker string pulling.
but behind the scenes, we have decided that Kaj gets to have his 2 points because Super Sloppy Double Dare was, in fact, a show.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was there.
Hey, was it one episode?
Okay, now we are on to
Vindication.
our 3 point
Mondo question.
Mondo question.
All right.
Okay. Angelica, this is for Todd.
Hold on, just 1 second. Dub.
Yeah, okay. Had to get some thinking juice in.
Okay, fire.
Angelica's friend Susie's father created their favorite show. What was that show?
Dummy bears.
Ding! Wow!
Nice.
Holy brother crap. That's amazing.
I thought you were going to say like the Matrix or something.
You know, like I said, once in a while, even a broken clock gets it right twice a day. You know.
Nice. Well played.
Wow,
Well
he
played.
has a perfect
When they say a
score.
white man can't jump, sometimes the sun shines. Or, never mind.
Okay,
Right.
Kaj, you can't win, but hey, let's get some love here.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really...
Well, no, yeah, I can't wait. So, yeah,
Wait.
so because it's going to be between you two.
Why
yeah.
can't he win? He got his 2 points.
But he didn't get the first
I
point.
didn't get the first one. You're
He didn't get the easy one.
Gosh, you can't win. You're a pathetic loser, but here's your question anyway.
Okay. Okay, Kaj. According to Mark Summers, you're going to get this one. What was the green slime made out of? No, it wasn't snot. I said these third questions are supposed to be really hard.
Yeah, it's,
Todd's just a freaking savant.
whipped cream is part of it, right?
No.
Green eggs and ham
No. Well, there's green in it.
or green yellow dye number 5. I totally give up. I have no idea.
Okay. According to Mark Summers, in an interview he gave in 2005, let's see. Mark Summers explained most of the slime used on the show was made of vanilla pudding, applesauce, oatmeal, green food coloring. Wait, here's my favorite. And by the third day, anything else that was on the obstacle course.
Give me a bowl right now.
My God.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember they had a big, huge ordeal about how much food they were wasting, and they got really upset about that. Yeah. You know what's even funny? I wrote these questions, and I still got them wrong.
Hey, stop letting
Color
people
me
behind the
impressed
curtain.
on that one, Mike. That's, yeah.
Okay. Jason.
Yes?
I will be severely... You will have my respect, sort of, if you get this one. Okay.
Okay. Just testing the buzzer.
Uncle Iroh, played by the legendary Mako, was the calming center of reason for his nephew Zuko's fury. Later on, Iroh got to fulfill his lifelong dream of owning a tea shop. What was the name of the tea shop and where was it located?
Okay.
First of all, it's Iroh.
Oh, sorry, Iroh. I don't...
It was located in Bossing Say.
Wow.
And it was called the... Oh, man. Something about a flower. The white flower. Oh,
You were so close. You were right on the location.
It's Bossing
but
Say.
the name was the Jasmine Dragon.
The Jasmine Dragon.
There you go. So we have our winner. The voice of the show will actually end up as the voice of the show at the end.
First timer as well. That's great.
Thank you very much.
We call this beginner's luck, I think.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
More thinking juice.
Okay. And
You save the listeners from having to hear me say, "Gay partner."
I did it for the listeners.
He's no use to me,
Okay,
Dad.
look, I'm not a Dalek, okay?
That's outstanding. So now we get to go actually, we have a segment that's going to be after this, but right now we get to go directly to our main event.
Now it's time for the main event.
Okay, now our main event today is going to be, kind of easy, I guess, for us compared to what we usually do. But I want to actually talk about the top 5 things that Nickelodeon has produced or was on the channel. And most of these, for me anyway, is very personal why I like them. Not necessarily because they were great, but because I had such great memories of them. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to do our normal 5, and we'll go around the table. So let me start with my number 5, which is going to be SpongeBob SquarePants.
Absolutely.
Or as my son used to say, Bob Pants. It was
Nice.
It was it made my day. It still makes me happy. That movie or that show, had enough humor for the adults that it had some tremendously dirty jokes in there. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But a kid could never in a million years catch it, and that was the genius of it. That's like how we want to do a family-friendly show. I would like to be able to pull off dirty jokes as well as they do.
Honestly,
without it.
watching SpongeBob or Bob Pants with my kid when he was growing up. Sitting there on the couch, my kid giggling like a fiend next to me. The only thing I could think of is these writers did some really good drugs.
They did,
because the humor is so far off the scale. I mean, it's such adult humor, but it's couched in a really funny environment. The kids don't get it; they're just laughing because it's visually funny. But yeah, I'm sitting there giggling till I'm crying. I love that show.
It's a great show. It's funny as can be. Yes.
Yeah, that was, all the characters. I don't know if you ever heard the theory, because me and theory, so I love them.
Crack pipes alert.
There's 2 of them.
It's okay. It's just a theory. Yes.
One is much dirtier than the other, but let's go with the cleaner one first. And that was that it is all just a post-apocalyptic world, and these are the survivors. It's basically the re-evolution of society, and it starts there. Now, the dirty one is my favorite. What is the place they live called? Bikini Bottom.
Bikini Bottom.
There's a sponge there. There's a hairy squirrel there. There is a starfish there.
Dude, there's crabs there.
There's crabs there.
There's a kelp bed there.
Together.
No, I'm not saying anything, but they had some dirty humor.
Way to ruin the show for me.
Are they smoking crack?
No, I think you had crack in your cookie.
But you know what the bad part of that is? It completely makes sense, and you know it's true.
Maybe a little bit.
I just love the surrealness of it.
Oh, it is.
I mean, the humor's completely off the wall. It's very reminiscent of the silliness of Monty Python. But
that's a great call on that.
But the writing chops are just great on it.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, let's go to you, Jason. What's your number 5?
Before I say my number 5, I have to talk a moment about Nick Jr. Nick Jr. was very emotionally powerful for me because my children, both my daughter and my sons, were very, very much into the shows. And the shows in Nick Jr. remind me a lot of, being a new father and all that. So I get emotional when I think about these. My number 5 is
I'm a little touched. Inappropriately.
He's not so mean after all.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Okay, so my number 5. So my number 5 is the Upside Down Show. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
No.
No,
No.
one remembers that.
Wait, I'm vaguely.
I feel terrible because I don't remember their they're an acting comedy troupe from possibly Australia, and they did it was an imagination show, and they would they're famous. Their routine is for someone's going to have to do this. Put this on the Facebook page. What are they called? So they would do juggling, air juggling, air like miming, and it was part of like everything was imagination on that show, and there it was really funny and physical comedy, and really good show.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to go old school here with Nickelodeon and go, you can't do that on television.
Good one.
So good.
Yeah.
The locker jokes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Now, I don't know if you guys knew about this. They made those kids go to high school. They would not do tutoring because they did not want the kids to feel like
Special.
they were special. That they wanted them to be everyday kids.
That's
it also
awesome.
would have been hideously expensive.
Oh, dear
Right.
Lord. Do you know, they've actually, they said that was the worst show on TV. As far as, that's like the Saturday Night Live, only for kids, only it's so much worse.
So how long, do you know how long they went on
paid
there?
in cocaine?
How long? I don't know. I think
How many seasons? I don't know. Really?
How much?
You don't know?
Oh! Now, here's another little thing about that. That was the origin of green slime.
Yes.
It was disgusting and it smelled bad, and it wasn't the pudding; it was worse.
Right.
And what they actually used when they got dunked or whatever, they got a $50 bonus every time they had to get slimed.
So they were just saying, I don't know, every single time they possibly could to
Well,
get some more money.
I'm sure.
$50.
And
You
yeah.
have to go take a shower.
And we all know what
Hey,
famous singer got her start there.
Alanis Morissette.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
That quirky little Canadian.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Oh, nice.
A little too ironic. Okay, sorry.
That factoid was a jagged little pill.
Oh, well played. Thank you. Boom.
It was like rain on your wedding day. Okay, sorry.
just
Go ahead,
stop.
Todd.
Now, are we doing these from our least favorite to favorite, or
Yes.
favorite to least favorite?
Least
Favorite to favorite.
Okay. SpongeBob, definitely. I'm in agreement 100%. I've seen every damn episode. I've seen the movie, which was hysterical. For Christ's sake. What's his name? The guy from Knight Rider.
Oh, David Hasselhoff.
What a great part for him to be in that movie.
Awesome.
So yeah, everything about SpongeBob is part of our household when my kid was growing up. So yeah, I'm with it.
Now I get to do my number 4, which we had questions on. Rugrats. Now there was some, hey, because it's me. Did you know there is a very bizarre theory on Rugrats?
Do tell.
man.
Are they smoking crack?
Again with the crack pipe.
Yep. Did you? Okay, with this theory, and it completely makes sense. There is only one child there that exists, and that's Angelica.
Okay.
Now, you look at the parents, and Stu and his wife, they had Tommy. Now, Tommy didn't exist, and that's why he's always making toys, because they lost a baby. So this is why her imagination has Tommy. Now, Chucky, he died with childbirth with his mom, and that's why Charles is a nutbag. The twins were aborted. They didn't know if it was supposed to be a boy or girl, so Angelica made them both. They're twins. Kind of jacked up,
Not
isn't it?
an ounce of crack involved in that theory.
I need a drink.
No, this theory goes really, really deep, and I'm not gonna, go into it. But that's the general theory on it. It's. I love fan theories.
And then is Angelica in a coma too? And
No,
she-
Angelica.
okay.
No, the kick-ass thing is a fact. That is verified.
Okay, all right.
Come on now.
and she woke up next to Newhart. No, I'm sorry.
That's it.
Okay, let's go with.
Oh, by the way, the Upside Down show, the Umbilical Brothers.
Okay,
That's what they're called. Look them up on YouTube. They're hysterical.
I might just do that.
But my number 4 is Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yay!
Another Nick Jr. show with DJ Lance Rock and all those puppets.
Yeah, that was a really weird show.
That show was created,
really cool.
It was created by the Aquabats.
Yeah.
Is this where I get to tell you you're wrong?
This is where you say, "Are you on crack?"
No, I rate that show right up there with the Teletubbies, man.
Wow.
Or down there with the Teletubbies.
That's incredible.
Even with the lead singer of Devo.
Dude, there weren't enough drugs on the planet to get me through that show.
Wow. Well, that's usually what those guys were on to make that show. But I'm not here to judge.
No,
but honestly, I thought it was pretty cool because it had fairly cool music, and there's a lot of very good musicians that were on there, and I enjoyed that.
The band spots were fun.
Oh yeah,
I had Todd Harvey for Indiana Jones and lost him on Yo Gabba Gabba.
Let's just leave it at no Gabba Gabba.
All right, my number 4. I got this and got into this one a little bit later than when it first started out, but Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Absolutely, they're actually listed much higher on my list.
Right.
Now, there's something that was so weird about that show, though, because I don't want to say that TV shows affect kids or whatever, but my kid, every time we'd let him watch that show, for at least 3 days, would be the biggest butthole on the planet. Both at the time, my 2 older kids, every single time we had to make them stop watching it.
Really?
It was really, because it's not like they're disrespectful or anything like that, but they got to be buttholes every time they watched that.
That explains a lot because my boys watch that show constantly.
you figured it out, and they're like, "Oh, okay,
nice."
But it did lend to the lesson of make sure that you don't bury your pets because the gerbil might come back and rise from the dead and then come after you. Yeah,
they do a lot of references in that show to iconic things like Star Wars and stuff. Too, very cool.
Moral lessons taken through a very strange view. Yes. Jimmy Neutron for me.
Ooh, yeah. That was
great show.
Watched it. Drove my kid and I drove my wife crazy with that one.
And just the
That's
CGI,
not that hard to do.
The animation in that is just fantastic.
Yeah,
as well,
it's all 3D.
Really good.
Yeah, fantastic show. The next one is kind of an amalgamation of quite a few shows. It was really the Kids' Choice Awards. That was a really cool way that at my age I felt like, wow, I'm included in this. It's not just old people. I thought it was a really interesting way that they did get kids to feel like they were a part of the whole.
I always felt kind of pervy watching that because all the
young
starlets.
You watched it at 50.
Well, yeah, all the young starlets came out in next
off.
to nothing, and it's like, damn, she's fine looking. Damn, she's like 20. I mean, come on.
Okay. Yeah. PB.
The last contribution from Nick Jr., we're on number 3, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's Big Music Show. Did you guys ever see that one?
I never even heard of that one.
Never saw it.
Created by David Rudman, a big name from Sesame Street. A Muppet type show with 3 friends who go to the clubhouse and again have imaginary, musical related adventures.
Okay.
And it's also the show that have you ever heard of Laurie Berkner, the musician?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, that's the show that basically brought her into the world.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Very good show.
All right, my number 3 is going to be Invader Zim.
Oh, now I was gonna write questions for Invader Zim, and you look so happy right now. It's kind of freaking me out. I was supposed to write questions for that, but I ended up not because I couldn't. I'm like, I don't have any idea of what's hard and what is easy on this.
This is hard. They're all hard. That's not fun.
But it was such a great show, and it's kind of unfortunate that it got pulled. It got canceled a little bit before its time because
I think the humor level went over the parents' heads.
Yes,
but it got pulled because of the violence. Like the parents were kind of like.
It's dark.
Complaining said it because it was just too violent.
I watched one episode. I'm like, I can see it.
Yeah, but you never know. Did he just? Well, I guess he didn't destroy the Earth because we're still here. But that's he.
Hey, guess what? It's a cartoon.
He was like
multiverse.
He was like the Marvin Martian of Nickelodeon.
I will destroy you with my space nuclear.
He always wanted to destroy the Earth, but he never got to because he was just so bad at it.
Nice.
Okay,
Todd. Next up, bud.
Well, of course, Cat Dog.
Outstanding. Fair enough.
It was just so weird to watch him walk around.
Saw of it, but didn't get into it. Never, maybe like look.
I always was just tripped out because I'm like, when they poop, it goes into the other one, and it just constant.
Infinite cycle of brown.
It's like
Yummy. Yummy.
it's like a very bizarre human centipede-ish.
You seriously just pull
the
out
human
the human
centipede in
I
Nickelodeon.
really, how did that not
family-friendly geek show.
I don't get how did that not make our worst list for franchises last episode.
There were more than one?
Oh, yes, there was. Okay,
3.
next one. I don't know, another one that I don't know if you guys ever saw called "Don't Just Sit There."
Heard of, never watched it.
That was a nighttime talk show feel for the 10 to 13 crowd. Had Will Friedle got his start there, who was Batman Beyond and the older brother on Boy Meets World, and it was an interesting show. I mean, they covered stuff like ripping your jeans. They covered hickeys, how it happens. What medically happens when you get a hickey. When you listen to music too loud, what happens? And it wasn't like preachy. It was really entertaining. It was a good show, and I wish it only showed up for one season. I wish it would have. I can't find it anywhere. I would still watch it. Only one season. Okay, PB.
People got to be tired of hearing me croak. All right, SpongeBob number 2. Moving on.
SpongeBob number 2.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go a little bit of a horror flick here. Who's Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, good one.
It was a Goosebumps knockoff.
Right, but still, the writing was really good on it as well too. Yep.
Todd, you can try to get through this now. Avatar.
Avatar Last Band.
Outstanding. Okay, my number 1, and I'm surprised that no one said it before now.
Ren and Stimpy.
That was everybody's number 1.
Also
wasn't
my
it?
number
Joy,
1.
joy, happy,
No.
happy, joy, joy.
Of course not.
It's okay.
Log.
You're wrong.
It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log. Better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. Come on and Paul. Okay, I'll stop.
No, he'll keep going if we let him.
Those were some.
I need something heavy to throw a dub.
When I was 16 and was too old to be watching that, I was still watching that. So yeah. So go ahead, PB. What's your
I
next?
am not wrong because my number 1 is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Fair enough.
Avatar: The Last Airbender as well, and Korra. Let's put them all. Let's put them all in one
also
big.
very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I also have Ren and Stimpy because I'm an old hand, and just
They were the start of it all.
surrealism of it was so off the hook, and it was just such a different methodology of cartoon, and the humor was totally in the gutter.
Yes.
So I loved it.
I say, if there's no Ren and Stimpy, there'd be no Beavis and Butthead. There would be no.
Mike Judge's
anything,
entire
really.
catalog came from that, pretty much.
It's just genius.
That show with that crazy shaking rat.
Stimpy, you idiot!
Now,
Fantastic.
I have to give one shout out to a close runner-up, and it's going to sound really weird, but the show iCarly. My son tuned into that every single day. I had to watch it, and you know what? It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
It didn't make the list, but it wasn't terrible.
This is the guy bashing me about Yo Gabba Gabba. Just busted out the iCarly.
iCarly, for an older guy to watch iCarly is kind of like an older guy watching Power Rangers for the Pink Power Ranger. I'm just saying. Womp,
You were the one that brought that one up, too.
I'm old. But at least I watched it when I was young.
Well, I got one little shout out too because we actually I had questions on it that I got completely wrong most of the time. But Double Dare, because that was one of the very first kids game shows. There was no game show for kids on there, so watching that growing up was amazing, and just seeing people get completely disgustingly slimed.
I was so inspired by that show. Me and my friend would watch it, and then we'd do push-ups instead of like, yeah, we're gonna go on this, we're gonna win. Yeah,
oh,
I never win
just
anywhere.
the nose apparatus. We had to shove.
Gross.
Yes, like that's disgusting, but that's so good. Get the flag.
But now
the reason I knew all your Double Dare questions is because of a show called Sanjay and Craig.
Okay.
That my sons watch, and they did a Double Dare.
Oh, nice.
Parody in that.
I think last December, I looked up that they actually had the 30th anniversary Double Dare, and Mark Summers came back and had an episode.
Did he hate being there?
No, actually, in an interview, like he definitely has.
He hated
had an
that
OCD He was a germaphobe, like could not stand like
So let's
being
put him
dirty.
on Double Dare.
But yeah, but he got through it, and just through counseling, and actually gotten over that, like being a germaphobe. Yeah,
And I heard he wasn't a very nice guy to the contestants either.
yeah.
Yeah.
I neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Gossip.
And now,
gossip,
since you
gossip.
guys like to make fun of how much older I am than you,
Oh, boy.
bastards,
Oh, we're in trouble.
I want to give you a quick list of the stuff that I was watching when I was growing up.
Dirt.
Tintin.
Sigmund and the Sea Monster.
Never heard of it.
H.R. Puffin Stuff.
Okay,
I know that one.
Lidsville.
Nope.
Electric Company.
Yes.
Yes.
Zoom.
Zoom.
And I don't care what shows you've been watching. I got to grow up with the wonderful world of Disney.
Oh,
every
absolutely.
Sunday night.
That was fantastic before Disney got
Well,
Disney.
I know all those shows because you're actually not that much older than me.
I was just sticking it to the young guys.
Better as back in my day.
I was watching a candle.
Whippersnappers.
HR Puffin Stuff.
Yeah, I have a magic
got lost.
talking flute, and my best friend
You got
is a
lost
magical
on an-
dragon. Who's
lost on an
taking acid
island.
here?
Lost on an island in the middle of a lake surrounded by homes.
Nice. Okay, and now we get to do our final segment of the day. And it's not only a segment, this is a new segment with new music.
Ooh,
With a it's a collective of two people at the table that actually did the voiceover for it. So look out now. So we have our anime report.
We have more news and thoughts on anime than you can swing a katana at.
Okay, we got. I hope everybody liked it because that was actually Kaj himself and Todd that did the voiceover work
know
on
those
that.
guys.
I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. That was so much fun.
Nice. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Disney or the Nickelodeon style of animation of anime. Yeah, so why don't you tell us about it in general? Because the anime report's going to be what's going on with the anime. So
Absolutely. So with me doing my research on this, that it's, gosh, Nickelodeon has so many different styles of animation that it's not even. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I had to ruin it again.
Watching Dub play
I
with
had
his
this all worked
fake
out.
pendulous
I got it.
breasts.
Okay,
No,
I'm
it's
done.
okay.
I
got
promise.
it. No.
I promise.
Well,
He's coming, so you
all
got it.
Well, thank you, Dub.
You're welcome, Gosh.
So, me doing research on animation for Nickelodeon, there's so many different styles of animation that's on there that's not even funny. Like, I was going to try to focus in on, like, Avatar or The Legend of Korra, which is more of, like, an anime style, like Japanese anime style. But, I mean, even with Rugrats and Doug and the Wild Thornberries and Cat Dog, there's so many different styles of animations that you can it's almost like a buffet. You can pick and choose which ones you like and which ones you don't like.
You can almost tell what's a Nick because
Yeah.
it's so unique.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, well, for me personally, like, I definitely love the Japanese animation style of, like, The Legend of Korra, with just the beautiful details and just the sharp images and just even how smooth the animation goes from one scene to another. It's just fantastic. And even with Avatar, The Last Airbender, and just the storylines of it is just great. But you know, you gotta love just the old school stuff of Ren and Stimpy, like we were talking about our top five shows from Nickelodeon. Like, you can't compare it to anything else.
So one thing I noticed, and I may be wrong,
You are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
but has anybody else noticed that in Avatar and Korra, that yellow is such a prominent color?
That is
Anybody
true.
notice that?
That and red. Yes.
And just kind of like earthy colors,
Really,
like just kind of
really yellow though. Yellow like jumps out of those shows. It's almost distracting in some ways.
I'm wondering, is this kind of like a how can I put it? Like, because, you know, like one of the characters, Tonks, is blind, that we're actually seeing the whole show through her eyes.
Crack pipes.
If she's blind and we're seeing it through her eyes,
That's
the
gonna be
screen would be black.
Okay.
be a lot
Well,
of-
you know what? This podcast
With
this
a tint of yellow.
Well, this podcast is, you know, when you're blind, this is how you see the show when you're listening to the show. There you go.
It's like being
Perfect.
blind and sitting right here at the table with us.
Heck with you, I was trying to be philosophical, guys.
It
Jeez.
didn't work at all.
At least it's better than the Rugrats theory.
Hey. So no, okay. Okay, here's my anime question then. So what makes it anime versus the animation?
Just basically the people that are producing it. Like if it's either an Asian style influence, not even just necessarily with Japan, but like Korea kind of has that style of anime. China has that kind of style of anime as well. Whereas American animation is more. They're just different. They're just different philosophies and style of drawing that they use, and even different companies have different styles of drawing.
Not to mention the philosophy behind the storylines.
Right,
And
absolutely.
Korra and Avatar look kind of like a combination of both. You know, the American and the anime blended really well.
Right. Well, even just with the stories of it, but it's just for me, it's just kind of like almost the detail that goes into like making these animations.
Yeah, I've noticed that the more Japanese style anime tends to be, to use a strange turn of the phrase, visually supersized.
Yes, like everything is over the top.
Huge eyes.
Right,
Huge
but
eyes.
with the Nickelodeon or American style, it's much more realism or quasi-realism. It's
Right.
not like pictures, but it's graphic, realistic interpretations in a comic medium.
Right, and they try to keep it the same style throughout the entire show. Yeah.
So how
well
would,
done? Well
how would you
done.
say the Nickelodeon? I mean, this is probably the last question I'm going to ask. The Nickelodeon animation, how does it stack up against the Japanese style anime?
I think right now they're definitely on par with the newer versions.
Storyline or visually or what?
Storyline. I think the storylines are just. Gosh, that's
They're
hard
less adult, I know.
because there's like even in the anime world, there's just so many different variations of storylines with animation as well. Like if you look at the original Robotechs to what storylines are doing now, like they're leaps and bounds.
Well, they've grown up.
Yeah, they've grown up. Like they've gotten more sophisticated. You know, better writers, better ideas that are coming
Nice.
out as
The
well.
hairstyles aren't quite as interesting in the American anime.
Thank God.
But the
I
eyes
hate
always
that.
the eye styles are usually 90% all the same.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
Cool. Okay, thank you for the report, buddy.
Thank you for my
Good
anime-
report,
first anime
Josh.
report.
Nice
Yay.
Yay! Okay, so now we got to close it up. Let's start with PB. Why don't you tell us how people get a hold of you and stuff?
God, okay. I'm on the Facebook page. That's the best place to reach me.
At a doctor's
the iHeart
appointment?
Geek.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the doctor's office. No, the iHeart Geek Facebook page. The iHeart Geek Facebook page is the best place to reach me. Say hi. I'll say hi back. Or Twitter at PB_and_Jason.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, gosh.
I too am also mostly on the Facebook page and the Twitter page. But if you want to try to get a hold of me on Twitter, I am at IHeartGeek_Kaj KAJ.
Okay.
Okay. And if you're looking for me on the Facebook, definitely go to the iHeartGeek Facebook page. I'll say hi.
What's your name on there?
It's Kaj KAJ.
He's a real handsome guy with all
And
the hats.
I tell you, go on to iTunes or go on to Podmatic. Make sure that you like us. Make sure that you subscribe to us, so that the more listeners that we
Leave
get,
us
the
a
better off we are.
comment.
Leave us a comment. 5 stars all the way.
And let me throw this in real quick, and I haven't discussed this with the folks, but you might want to get your comments in soon because there's going to be a little raffle we're going to be doing, and I got a really cool prize for you guys. So we're going to pick from random from the people that have already commented on our iTunes. So if you haven't yet, do that within the next few weeks. It's a huge prize.
Is it huge?
It's
Huge.
huge. It's like wall huge. Okay, Todd.
Okay, on the Twitter scope, you can get me at the Todd Harvey, or you can go over to, shameless plug, our Vote Wasted podcast page on Facebook. That's facebook.com/groups/Vote Wasted. That's all I got.
Outstanding.
Back to you, Dub.
And I'm Dub, and you can get a hold of me on the Twitter at Comic Not Geek. You can get a hold of the show's Twitter, iHeartGeek Show. Yes. And you can email us, iHeartGeekPodcast@gmail.com. You can love us, and we'll love you back. And yeah, I
You
think,
can watch that video that you did.
yeah.
Remember
yes.
Live.
Remember that it adds 280 pounds, the camera.
If that's what we want to say, okay.
Just wanted to put that in there.
Do you realize how mean you're
How many
being right
cameras
now?
did you use?
Okay, shout outs to everybody. We love y'all. The podcast, y'all know who we love, and yeah. And until next time, I'm Dub.
I'm PB&Jason.
I'm Kaj.
And I'm Todd.
And we have the winner of the game show gets to close us out.
Ooh, groovy. All right. Keep on geeking on.
Yes.
You've been listening to iHeartGeek. Our Twitter account is @iHeartGeekShow. Hope you enjoyed the show.